Time now for the game preview presented by Ticketmaster here with head coach Kevin Stefanski. Kevin, you guys got your first win of the season. Hard-fought battle. What did you like about your team's effort in that Week 2 matchup?
You said it, Cam. It was a hard-fought battle. It went all 60 minutes. Obviously, there's things to learn from at the end of the game, certainly for us as a team to try to put away an opponent. But they fought for 60 minutes. We knew it was not going to be easy. That's a good football team playing on the road in a hostile environment. I thought the guys really battled for 60 minutes.
You've talked throughout the week about the preparations going into Week 3. Some of that is cleaning up those penalties. What does that look like for you as a team?
We're trying to be very diligent, trying to be intentional about it. Obviously, the first rule is don't beat yourself, and there's been too many instances where we've tried to beat ourselves, and penalties are self-inflicted wounds. So we're trying to shore those up, be very intentional about how we coach, about how we get lined up, especially on the offensive side, and we expect our guys to be better.
We know what the defense was able to do, but did you feel like your offense kind of found some stride in that game?
Certainly in the first half, we were moving the ball and scoring, whether touchdown or field goals. In the second half, we didn't get enough of that rhythm going. It came late in that drive, and then all of a sudden we were moving backwards. So that's where we talk about as a team, we have to be better. We have to be one game better this week, and a big part of that, certainly offensively, is to be able to move the sticks.
All right, you've got a lot of preparations going into this Week 3 matchup. New York Giants, you're back at home. When you look at the tape, what's the first things that stand out about that team?
It's a good football team, and I mentioned it to the media earlier. I've talked to the football team. This is, I know, an 0-2 football team. We're 1-1. They should be right there with us at 1-1. So it's really two evenly matched teams. I have a ton of respect for Coach Dayball and their coaches and what they do. So we know that this is going to be a battle. Offensively, they really challenge you in a bunch of different areas. They run the ball, they're physical, and then they have speed on the perimeter. Defensively, a very, very stout front. They can rush the passer. They can play multiple coverages. So we just see a challenge really for our football team really in every area.
What's the challenge that quarterback Daniel Jones presents to your defense?
Well, he can hurt you in a multitude of ways. So obviously, as a passer, he can make all the throws. He's shown that over the course of his career. And then where he really scares you also is on the ground, because he's done that in his career. And they have designed runs for him. They got to those early in these games so far this season. And then he can play off schedule. And we know how challenging that can be. And that's something that we struggled a little bit with versus Trevor Lawrence a week ago. He made a big run on a pass play getting out of the pocket. So that has our attention, his ability to really be a dual threat quarterback.
I know all eyes have been on their rookie receiver. What has it looked like when you're looking at the tape, the smallest sample from the NFL, for Malik Neighbors?
Extremely talented. They're getting him the football. He's got the second most targets in the NFL. Very, very fast. And we knew this. What happens with these draft picks is you study them and you get to know them, and you like them a lot. So they got a good one. He's very talented. We have to understand where he is every play.
It seemed like they were able to get that run game going a little bit more, especially with Devin Singletary. So what does it look like trying to slow that down and make sure they can't get anything going that way?
It's a challenge, and really it's because they have a big offensive line. They invested in their offensive line this offseason. They really like the power run game. They can run right at you with a couple different run schemes. And then you mentioned Devin Singletary, a really good running back. And what he does is he's got great vision, and when the hole is there, he's gone. He's in it, and he has great burst. So those are the type of things that we're working on really hard to understand our run fits. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a physical battle.
Now, on the other side of the ball, we know that they have a strong defensive front. Dexter Lawrence is one of the guys that stand out. Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau. When you look at them, how do you slow them down from getting to that your quarterback?
It's a challenge again. You have two edge rushers. It seems like we go into every one of these games and there's flamethrowers on the outside, and these guys are really good. I mean, they can rush the passer. Dexter Lawrence is as good as anybody, I believe, as an interior player right now in the game. So you have to have a plan for those guys, whether you're running it, understanding where they are, or if you're throwing it, because they really present challenges.
They have two rookies in their secondary that have kind of become staples for them in these first 2 weeks. In their secondary, though, what do you see from them?
Talent. I know there's some young players over there, but they're talented. It's the first year for their system, so you see them, they're still figuring out their system just like we are in a lot of ways. So you see some plays where the guys are maybe trying to do a little bit too much, but those are the type of things that you shore up really as you get going into the season. I think that's something that they will clean up, but there is talent over there.
You talked about this being an 0-2 team, but not feeling like an 0-2 team. How do you guys go into this mentally, making sure that it's not one of those trap games that you you have a better record, and so you kind of let it get away from you.
Yeah, we don't really operate that way. We're so focused on us, and really the point of us is we need to play better, and we can. We can play better as a team, and that's what we're really focused on. Can we, all of us, get one game better going into this week?
Sunday's obviously a big game for you, but it's also a really special moment for the organization. You've got the Browns legend induction, Phil Dawson and Jim Donovan. As a team, what does that mean to you guys?
Well, our history here is pretty special. It's something that I talk to the team about a lot. They understand the people that have come before them, and to be able to honor Phil and Jim in this setting, I think it's really special. So I'm happy for those guys. I'm happy for their families, and ultimately I think it's a great thing for our organization to celebrate the guys who came before us.
I think it's going to be a special feeling in that stadium?
Without a doubt, and I think our fans, they remember their Brownies teams of the past, so to have Phil out there, a guy who came through in big moments for this team, and obviously knowing what Jim means to this organization, I think it would be a pretty special day.
One more, you have another message to the Browns fans now that you're back at home?
Yeah, show up, be loud, be part of this thing. They're such a big part. When we're rolling in that stadium, they're a huge part of it.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, Cam.